This is highway robbery. I'm only making one button because that is just ridiculous. You're in my world now. Welcome. And if you recall, last time we got the redstone done down here. And wow, look at that. But this next clip you see, this isn't going to be here because I forgot to include a clip of something else. And I'm not going to spoil it. You're going to have to watch to find out. But while you're watching that, I'm going to work on connecting this redstone up that way. So, I'll see y'all here in a few minutes. Somewhere very nearby there are some mobs. Can you hear them through the... I'm not sure if you can hear them or not, but I can. There were zombies a moment ago, but... sounds like they're straight through there. Which, by the way, we have a cave that kind of... we've run into a few caves. Let's see. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one that actually opened up into a section of cave that I explored. We hit a cave there, apparently. I think I know which one. Likely. I may very well do, like, stairs. I think that would actually work. But first, I kind of want to see if I can find those zombies. Because that's just going to be annoying if there's a dark spot nearby while I'm trying to redstone. So let me cut until I find them. Ah! You hit me from there? You punk? Ugh. Well, I found you. You're loud as all get out. I'll drop sound to 50%. Well, no. We'll keep it at 100%. I'll just lower it on my headset. Ugh. How are you hitting me from there? You have some super long arms. Okay, cave. So, yeah. We're gonna get this kind of lit up really quickly. We have a spawner. Okay. Is it... not sure what kind of spawner it is. But we got it lit up so fast that... well, nothing's spawning. Holy cow. I actually almost want to find out what kind of spawner it is. But I don't want to get ambushed either. No animations in there. So let's see. We got a bucket, a saddle, some string. We have 2 loaves of bread, some gunpowder, more string, redstone, and more gunpowder. And I have no clue what kind of spawner this is, unfortunately. But we found one. Following the zombie. And no, we're too far away over here. We're too far away for it to be active. Yeah. This is basically the active line. Cross over this and boom, here you got an active spawner. I just wish I knew what... I'll have to come back later to figure out what kind of spawner it is. But, oops, we have a skeleton nearby as well. Oh joy. Yep. I'll dig around for that cave as well. I'm going to gather these resources out of this one. Definitely a pleasant surprise. Given all this dirt, it's got to be near the surface. So theoretically, I'm just hearing surface mobs, but I'm also fairly certain at this point we're under the water, so I don't know. I don't know for sure. Although that's kind of a good indicator. I'm not hearing them anymore either. So, I'm not 100% sure there, but this is too high. There they are again. That's a pretty good sign that there's actually something hidden somewhere. So let's see, we're gonna dig at this height. Cave. Nice, nice. I'll cobble that there. Now, based on that cave's location where we dug up here, which reminds me of something else I need to do up here. Oh, yeah. We're right off the coast. That will be an indicator of where this is, so I can actually make a proper entrance into these caves, since I'm going to be sealing it off. Or by proper entrance, I mean something a little less derpy. Now then. Well, I found it, but it's still not the best entrance. Nice. I went so far away that the skeleton despawned, but it was enough to find it. As well as more resources. Okay. I'm getting lucky. This ended up being a bit of a pain to figure out, and right now I don't think I have a good way at all to do this side by side. So if in alpha 112_01 you have an idea, I'm all ears. But for the moment, this is the best I can do. We'll have the indicator there, I'll have the button down there, and that should help prevent accidental clicks to auto call a boat. So we got that done. Next up, as it is becoming night, we have the redstone wiring. This room got dug out a bit more because I have some ideas, but they just didn't pan out. Because if I tried to run a redstone wire where this block is, this no longer connects there, but connects there. All the wiring is, well, not all of it is optimally lengthed, but it is mostly optimally lengthed. If my words even make any sense there. So yeah, see, calling a boat the shorter path, which turns into the longer path, I think. It kind of zigzags. And then we have the indicator light. So basically I measured all of these out, and more or less they work out about right. There was dirt there. I'm not having wiring run over dirt. I don't mind stone so much. Oh, and this is what I'm doing for these vertical parts. So basically the signal that comes up torch towers and gets sent off that way. opposite of what it is in the previous layer. And the signal that goes down, well, it basically runs down like this and continues on. It's just basically mirroring itself over and over, more or less. And we just keep going down. Alright, and this is the stretch that it actually comes further down and swings around. And since this is climbing up, it was a little trickier to get the signal to go correctly. This ends up putting the signal in the same, which is fine. But this one is just alternating constantly. Except right here, this one I did this, and I had to bring it up this high. Oops. I hate when I do that. That takes durability off the sword. This one comes up this high to avoid interacting with this one, and this gives me my way in and out of that mess. And this is basically where we're going to hook it up to. So basically, let's see. Yeah, so basically the signal is going to come in like that. Because I certainly can't put it there. That'll burn out. And this signal comes down here and goes to that, which... Oh. Ah, that's the opposite of what I need. Because this makes a huge difference on how these work, apparently. It doesn't in the future. So, I need to invert this once more. Okay, so that should be in the off state. That's in the on state. Because you can hear the door going off. Now let's head up there. This is its default state. Where we should have all the doors closed. Perfect. Now, we just need to get the signal going up that says, we're out of boats. Which means we need to get a signal coming off of each and every one of these things. Let's do that, because I accidentally ate a steak earlier. Yeah. I don't like wasting it, and that was what I consider a waste. So I need to send the signal out of all of these. What is the best way to do this? Because that will pull the signal to there. Is basically going to be a massive AND gate, more or less. Where are my torches? Ah, I put them consistently, so my lighting levels will be good. Anyway, let me get this done right quick. Well, what I'm doing right here. I will be back for the next little section of this. You know, I was so close, I may as well have... That's barely a cut, but here we're going to have an issue. Maybe I don't even need these. Let's just do that. Alright, so what I've done... Well, these here I've moved in some so that there's no risk of interference there. But basically, that torch will hit to this spot, and where I've got these torches down here, that's the 15th block, so this is as far as that one will indicate to, and the opposite over here is true. Push this one in one more, and if there is no boat there, this one will turn on as far as this torch. Now then, what ends up happening is that turns on, full signal down that way. And that's actually the easiest way I'll be able to test, is just take out this piece of redstone here. The insanity that was this is done. I had to rework this slightly. A torch there was unnecessary. I just need to run something into the block into this directly, which makes me... This does seem to work consistently, though. So that's should be fine, because it's running into that block. But at the same time, I'm kind of worried, because... because if I took that out, and then switched that, but switched it back. It's working. Redstone is so inconsistent. If I'm having any troubles, I have an idea of what to look for, which would be ridiculous, I think. Because there's no reason why this should have any troubles to begin with. But, yeah. Anyway, the signal comes in like this, so that line gets powered initially. I need to double check that everything still cooperates. Basically, this AND gate is completely off because it's empty. I think I need to actually invert that. I need to double check and make sure the current state indicates that there's no boats. But at 15 blocks away, we have this torch and then that torch. And as far as the middle torches go, they pretty much could trigger either or both. Like this one right here. That triggers both. So it powers the line up to that length. And I believe it should have inverted this to be off. Yes. So that indicates that there is a boat. So that's how we know it's working. And I could test it over here where it only affects the one. And we instantly saw there that it worked. Well, not quite instant. You know, the delay between redstone and every torch. So now, we've got it back in its default state. We need to head up and see if that actually does anything. Or if I need to invert it once more. Out of stock indicator is on. Perfect, it works. And I'm not going to stock up boats just yet either. Ooh, look, we're up here just in time for daybreak. So we now have the entirety of that wired up. There's a few other things I'm going to have to test, and I have some other concerns. First things first, though, I guess I need to find out just how well it's going to work in the first place. And I might have a little bit more. Well, you know, not 100% of it is done now that I think about it. Because I had other ideas for redstoning certain parts. But yeah, daybreak. And we could just look over the edge here. There's our boat sitting out in the middle of the water. I need to create a dock of some sort. And I'm trying to spot... Yeah, it's not going to be possible to spot it from this high, what I'm looking for. But we're going to head down there, and I'm going to show you what I was looking for. Found it. Okay, this is where we're at. There we go. Let me just throw a torch on here, and yeah, we're out a little bit from the land. So I'm thinking build a very long dock. Maybe maybe a bridge that goes this way, connecting back there and out here. I need to be able to have it lit up too. I need to figure something out, but this is where I know I can get access to that cave. Which means the spawner is likely up that way, just a touch. Okay. That took way too long to figure out where this was. And there we have it. Redstone is hooked up from top to bottom. Pretty much almost completely complete. We found ourselves a zombie spawner. And we found ourselves the end of the episode. Thanks for watching. Check the description below. And God bless.